Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Hope y'all feeling very blessed and of course highly favored as y'all should memorize this. Might as well call it a verse. Y'all should be able to memorize this verse by now. Alright. I hope you all are really doing blessed. I'm doing amazing as I speak. Blessed for another 24 hours per usual. I'm always great to have another 24 hours because within that 24 hours, I do something productive. I do something amazing. And this topic right here will allow you to understand how precious your time is. For this topic is called Know Your Worth. Everybody doesn't. I'll tell you this right now. People do not know your worth. And the reason why I say people don't know your worth because people knew your worth. People will understand. People won't complain about your prices. People won't complain about how you act. People won't complain about your perception of life, and people won't take you for advantage. So knowing your worth is critical in all situations. Because if you don't know your worth, for women they can get abused, manipulated, in other situations. For men, they can get they can get manipulated and betrayed. It's worse in both scenarios. So if you don't know your worth, it's like you gotta watch your back every now and then because you're not setting a standard, you're not setting a boundary for others. And so the number one would be called you're worth more than you value yourself because everybody has value. Yes, everybody has value. Now, what's the value set, the value limit? That's not determined. Why? Because you have exponential value. And I want y'all to be able to strive for exponential value. Because once you strive for exponential value, then all your work ethics will be that high of a value. So, not knowing your value, knowing your worth. But just know that you're worth more than you value yourself. For example, I grind every day. So if you think I'm gonna do things for cheap, I'm not gonna do anything for cheap. Cause number one, the Lord is granting me heaven. He's going to grant me heaven on earth. He's going to also grant me heaven on heaven. So either way, and I don't have to pay a price for to do His will, and that's not a price. That's not a price that I have to pay because it's just like it's nature to me. So, and I love to do it, and I do it with no effort. And what I mean by no effort is I do it in a blink of an eye, a snap of a finger, in a bolt of lightning. So therefore, it's easy work for me. But for other people in the world, they'll be like, "Why are you charging this much?" I don't get why business owners aren't charging a lot because if you have a craft you love, people need to value your craft. People need to value your worth. And how do you get others to value your worth? Not by lowering your price. That's just getting out there. You'll be heard of. You will be heard of. But in order to probably get heard frequently, marketing and lower your prices. And most people are like, okay, maybe I need to lower my prices. But as soon as they find out when they lower their prices, they still not making as much money. Or they're still not getting as much clients. So therefore you're lowering your prices for no reason. Why are you lowering your prices? Me, I'm not lowering my prices. It must be a button. The only time I'm quote unquote lowering my price if I throw a bundle. If I'm not throwing a bundle, don't ask me for any lower prices. When I do events, no host better not ask me for lower prices. I'm sticking to my prices because what I get in heaven when I return to heaven is way more than what the world can offer me. So therefore, I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to try. Okay, let me nip the bud in because I know my value, and I'm trying to get y'all to understand y'all value and know your worth. Because I'm going to keep on saying it. You are worth more than you value yourself. Some of y'all put yourselves in rough situations because y'all simply don't know your value. Some of y'all simply choose to work at a place because y'all simply don't know your value. some individuals, like I said, choose to lower the business price because you do not know your value. And some of y'all even say yes to all types of money because you don't understand your value. That's another thing. When I crossed over to here, I had to add the money value thing because all money is wonderful. One is flesh, one is spiritual. Yes, the flesh money is amazing. Oh, yes, it is, but it's not good for your spirit. The spirit money is the spiritual amazing. I mean, like the money that I'm getting for doing God's will. It's amazing to my soul, but my flesh be like, oh, I want the fast money. But again, when I had to understand when you're getting money fast in terms in situations of like that, you're getting money fast in places you don't have value that is doomed to crash. So luckily I changed before all of that crashed. But since the spiritual, I mean not the spiritual money, the money coming through doing the will of God, um, it's going to quote unquote how the earth say prolong, but really it's not prolonging. I'm just building my value up. So let's see, in a couple of days, okay, so I've been doing this ever since October 19th, November, December, January will be 3 months. Some individuals probably get money by then if they're doing the fast money. But I'm here for the value. So if it can on the outside it can look like I'm wasting money, but I'm not wasting any money. I'm just pouring into my future. Pouring into my future. I'll have futuristic money soon. But another thing is I don't do cheap. So God is waiting for me to build myself to be able to accept the money that I am asking for from these people. So let's say if I was probably I could do $300 from speaking events, but I'm not going to do that. Why not do $300? Because that's too cheap. I know my value is too strong for that. It's my value is empowering. I change lives every day. If I change lives every day, just off of my reels and just off of these videos, which is my free content, then what makes you think that I am going to do something free, do an event free? I'm not doing an event free unless it's for the schools that are not college and university. That's the only way that I won't that I will not allow people to pay me because I feel like the children need this. Because why do the children need this? Because they just started their life, and some people have bad backgrounds as I, and some individuals don't have the support in their area. And I had to understand that although I don't have good influences, I had to realize you are in control of your life. So whether you have good influences or bad influences, then either way you gotta choose your influence because your influence, the how you get influence, is determine how you live your life. Just like how people say, if you have five broke people, you will be the sixth broke person, or if you have five wealthy minded people, you'll be the sixth wealthy minded people. And so I had this group that I was in, and so I became wealthy minded. I understand my value through them. So now if I was to go the other way and hang around broke people and weak minded people, um it's okay if you're weak minded, but as long as you're trying to progress. If you're weak minded, you just choosing to stay weak minded, then that's something bad. So some of them chose to stay at their level. So I decided to hang around with a different group, and ever since then I've been progressing. Then I also found my talent and my purpose. So therefore, like I said, glad I went that way. They helped me understand my value. Now I'm helping others understand their worth. And only you can help build your value time by time. Because I saw this post like y'all think I'm getting paid for my services. No, I'm getting paid for the time that I put in, not for how easy it is. And I was like, dang, because this is easy for me. This is easy for me. This is my nature. So it's easy for me, but for all the time that I spent improving my vocabulary, the way that I look at y'all, how I do my figure of speech, That is what y'all are paying me for. And y'all are paying me for how I know I deserve it. How I know the type of money that I deserve. And I can choose to go as high as I want to. As high as I want to. Regardless. So I want y'all to understand that just because somebody can't buy your stuff, oh, don't, that's just them. They don't have the problem. If they don't have the money for it, whoopity doo. Hey guys, if they don't have the money to buy your product, that's on them. They don't value that simply means they don't value your product as much as you value your product. There Now there'll be people, right, who give you stuff free. And the thing about giving off for free sometimes, here's what y'all do. You have products, you have a free product. And this is my free product. Motivational speaking, gospel speaking. Those are my free products in the reels. Those are all free. Now when to the mentoring side, fitness and dietary, those are the services that cost. Why do I cost for a mentoring? Because you got this for free, and it's okay to do free services. But now, since I'm doing these free services, now people see how it could be when I'm a mentor, or now when I'm doing hosting. I mean, when somebody hosts me, then they can understand how I talk and how I can empower the people. So that's also the reason why I put my the expense, like the people that have to pay me, their expense is gonna be so high because my value is so high. Number two, don't let anybody bring your self-esteem down. Now, I understand I understand you got hurt in the past. They brought your self-esteem down. But you gotta understand now you're in control of your life. Mm, You 20, you 25, so heard about something happened when you 15. You could be hurt about it, but grow out of the hurt. No, matter of fact, don't be hurt by it because if I say y'all could be hurt by it, then that means it still has control over you. So therefore, don't let it take control of you because then you're giving control to it, and now it owns a fraction of your life. And really, what seems like a fraction, it actually controls you for why you don't take that next leap of faith. I took a leap of faith. No doubt, I took a huge leap of faith, but that's all right. I mean, if you take a leap of faith, you take a leap of faith. That's just how life is. You can't go to the next level. You don't take a leap of faith. For example, sometimes you just gotta lower your funds of working. Sometimes you just gotta lower that. And why I say you sometimes have to do that? Because you have to do that to focus on your business. Nobody gets all right. You can have a business. You got a business, all right, and working at the same time. But which one are you gonna do more? I'd rather progress more in my business rather than working, right? So I do my business. Let's see. Let's see. We're going through from 14. Let's see, 14. That's about 11 and a half hours for the business. 11 and a half operating hours from the business. Well, no, it's not 11 and a half. All right, my business from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. But I get up at 14 a.m. and all the way to 3:30 p.m. if needed necessary. And so I put that many hours in. But for working, I just simply do 5 hours. Now I was thinking about doing 4 hours instead. But I was like, maybe I should do a little bit 5 hours. Just do that little. But let's see, I can say this. I'd rather put value into my business, rather put value in my pockets. Because by putting value in my pockets, it's nice and all to put value in my pockets. It prepares me for the future, but then I have to let God do His work. I have to let God do His work because we are so prepared about we are okay. Let me show you. You let somebody bring your self-esteem down. Bring your self-esteem down does not have to mean your body or your mind, or it can be your mind. It doesn't have to always be about your body. Self-esteem can mean like your mind. Like the people who say, "Oh no, you shouldn't do that. Why are you lowering your work hours for your business? How do you know what's going to work out?" That can lower somebody's self-esteem down as well. So if I was to choose to let others say, "Hey, Why are you spending more money with your business? It's not guaranteed that it will work and you're just starting out. Yes, I am starting out, but I have money that has been developed to the fact to where I can focus on the business. And as long as I'm not wasting my money, as long as it's going to a great purpose, then that's all that matters. But then it gets to a fact where I'm not gonna work for any hours. And then I'm going to give all my just Lord, you take care of it. I know you'll be able to. But it's a process. It's a process. It's a process. I'm in the building process. You're in the building process. Keep the faith. All right. Now, from the rate that I'm going, who knows? Society wise, I could be broke, but society wise, I could go broke in months. But I believe, well, not months, but probably a year or two, but or even three. But I have faith in the Lord, and so since I have faith in the Lord, I won't give up on what He has asked me to do. For this is more important. This is more important. What I have, what I'm doing now is more important because I'm doing the will of the Lord. This is more important than trying to fill my bank account. I mean, either way, what interest are you getting by putting in your bank account? If we're in an inflation, paper money doesn't matter anymore. I mean, unless you got money in cryptocurrencies. I mean, if that's the only type of money, you should really be worried about cryptocurrencies. Don't because like I'm storing my money inside a bank. Like, come on, most paper money will probably be eliminated by 2030. That's a known. That's a fact. In 2030, no, majority of everything will be purchased by digital money, digital assets. There's even going to be digital real estate. There is digital real estate trading. So, like I'm saying, everything's becoming digital. So if you don't go ahead and prep for the future, then like that's what I'm saying. Like you trying to listen to, is trying to let other people lower your self esteem about prepping for the future, but they're trying to tell you how to prep the future traditional way. But you have to understand that you're in a different generation, so everybody's way cannot work the same. So for example, my mom can prep me. Oh, you should know how to do this and do that. That was wonderful in her era, but I'm in a different era now. So it's different. But when I have my children, I of course I'm just gonna try and teach them the only way that I know how to. But that can also hurt their self-esteem as well because they'll grow up in a time to where they won't even have to work as hard. I'll I'll let them work some, but I won't work them hard. So therefore, they want all the information that I tell y'all they won't have to even worry about because the foundation will be laid for them. So I'm also speaking to myself as well. And I'm not talking about any elders, any role models, any parents. I'm talking about anybody in general. Like for example, I could tell I was about to say his name. I could tell my younger brothers, hey, you need to do this, need to do that. But at the same time, they got different boundaries. They got different boundaries. They have different guidelines. So why would I tell them to prep? Why do I need to tell them to prep for that when they don't even have to struggle like that? They don't have to struggle mentally like that. They don't have to struggle financially like that. They don't have to struggle emotionally like that. Why? Because they're in a different time, in a different place. So every generation is different. I remember my grandma telling me this. So I remember I wanted to hit one of my brothers so bad for saying something to me, but I had to hold it because number one, grandma's in charge. And number two, she pulled up something from the Bible that every generation is different. And that is true. Every generation is different. Taking it in a good way, taking it in a bad way. But then I had to realize, you're right. You're right. In my head, I just started smiling. But at first, I was upset. Then you have to realize that. And I could have also brought down his self esteem by if I wanted to do what I wanted to do. So, so I was just like, oh my gosh. But yeah. That's what I have about letting people lower your self-esteem. But be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you listen to. There's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. Oh, and there's a wonderful next topic. Well, subtitle. Don't be the smartest in the room. If you are, I repeat, if you are the smartest in the room, you will soon be the dumbest. I even have that. I have that on my thing. Let's see. Where is it at? If you are the smartest, you will soon be the dumbest. Why I say that? Because you will get addicted to being the smartest person in the room. And so if you're the smartest in the room, what are you developing? So I kind of joined growth track. I mean, not kind of. I joined growth track. I was like, okay, I know, I'm made on here for, excuse me. I know I'm here for motivational speaking. No, I'm here for gospel speaking. No, I'm here to lead the people. No, I'm here for mentoring. No, I'm here to guide the people. But I just want to see what other wheels of the Lord can I do on this earth? Because, for example, you gotta do analysis on yourself. Now you remember, like, you know how we be like, oh, we sweet at everything that we do, every area of our life, we amazing, every aspect. I don't need no help. I'm cut like that. Till you take a whole personality test on yourself, then you'll be like, well, dang, I'm messed up in that area too. Oh yeah. That's having when you take analysis on yourself because you're not looking at the outer appearance of yourself. So when people are trying to tell you what to do and what not to do, you might take it as a criticism because you don't understand the outlook of yourself. So that's another reason why I joined Growth Track. I want to see the outer appearance of myself because I don't know how I feel like I'm genuine. I feel like I'm genuine. I feel like I'm disciplined and I feel like I'm courageous and I try my best to help people out. But sometimes it can be as criticism. So that was another reason why I joined Growth Chat. I was like, okay, I want to know the real me, that the outer appearance me, because I know the internally me. I want to see the outer appearance me, and I want to see what other ways can I serve the Lord. And I noticed that a way that I could serve the Lord is by serving in the church. So I was like, all right, I could lead the people out here, but I need to learn how to serve. So I still have to come to humbleness and serve the Lord. Yeah, I can serve the Lord in my house, but I want to directly serve the Lord at the church. It's just different when you serve the Lord in the church. I'll be like, ooh, when I first got back to church, I'm like y'all know I was virtual. Everybody knew I was just watching TD Jakes virtual. All right, he's amazing. He's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I cannot travel all the way to Texas to catch his service. I cannot because I think my uncle he said from Texas to like northeast Florida is 16 hours, 16 to 18 hours. So if he's that far, let's see, that means I'll have to travel about a good 10 hours to Texas. So you telling me Texas, let's say his service starts at 9 hour time. So I think that's what, 7 to 6 Texas time. So that means in order to go make it to his service, 10 hours. Okay, nine. So that means, ooh, that means I have to travel. Had what? I don't know good because I'm not about to do the math right now. But I just know that those hours are a long time. So it's nice and all, but I just have to serve at the church now. Because and I also noticed that I can't be the smartest in the room spiritually. Because then we're only in the cubicle of what we know. But there are some things that we don't know about the Bible and that sometimes you can't interpret it on purpose because God wants you to link on to other people and allow them to help you out. So don't be a know it. Don't act like you know it all. Don't act like you always right. Don't act like you always sweet. Like I know some motivational speakers say, "Oh, you should know you sweet. You should know you good at what you're good at." But sometimes you always also got to take Like for me, I know I'm sweet in motivational speaking. I know I'm sweet in gospel speaking because I do everything raw through the soul, through the heart. So I know I'm raw at that, but there's other places that I'm not raw at. There's other places that I'm not as superb in because I simply think I'm good everywhere. No, not good. I think I'm great everywhere. And I think I'm a champion everywhere, but everybody's not a champion everywhere. There's always a spot in your life to where you have a weak spot. It's like everybody's able to scope you. Everybody's able to scope you right there. Just okay, we see a weakness. That's how the devil gets you too. He'll see he'll know your weakness. That's what and then the devil will just little by little. It was like boop. Let me just and he nips your weakness time by time. Then by the time you notice that he's nipping at you, you've been pinched 100 times. So that's one thing too. So you're not the smartest. Don't be the smartest in the room. That's what I wanted to get to. Don't be the smartest in the room and don't be the smartest with yourself because the devil will try and nip your weakness. Then like I said, by the time you notice your weakness, he has nipped it in the bud a hundred times, 1,000 times, and by the time and then it'll feel like it's too late. Then once individuals feel like it's too late, it feels like, oh, why even try it out now? You know what? I'll just I'll just be like this for the rest of my life. No, don't be like that for the rest of your life. Number one, pray to the Lord. Number two, take a personality test or analysis. Number three, learn to develop that area in your life, or else the devil will keep on nipping you in that area. Cause yes, the Lord will help you through your weakness, but the devil tries to attack your weakness. Now, people can get confused sometimes. I've noticed people can get confused. They say, okay, well, the Lord loves us through our weakness, but the devil loves our weakness as well. And some people get confused. Like I've heard people come to me like, okay, but they both love your weakness. But then I was like, okay, but you have to understand who uses your weakness for your good and who uses it for the flesh good. they look, both kingdoms you try to use it for their good. God uses it for your good though. But the devil uses it for his good. God uses your weakness to understand that you're not perfect and it's okay to slip up. And he will use that weakness as a test to turn it to triumph and to bless others through your weakness. For example, my story, my trials and tribulations turn to triumph, turns to a story that I can share to everybody. Or it includes just the fact that you have to humble yourself and the Lord loves it when you humble yourself because you understand that you are not all of that. But the devil would use your weakness and try to get you to do things that you're not supposed to do, that you know that the temptation wants you to do, but you're not supposed to do it. That's what the devil likes to do. And so you have to be careful. You have to be careful. You have to try like Job, be steadfast, just like Job. He didn't let the devil get to his head. He probably said, Lord, why me? Why me? Out of all people, why me? Probably did not say those specific words, but he was probably wondering why this has happened to him. And he probably wondered if God was really there. Hey, God, can you help me out? But he had to understand that this was all for his good. This was all for his good. And I just love Job's story because he went through all the trials and tribulations and he had faith in God. And everything he lost, he got blessed 2 times or more. 2 times or more? Can you tell me how glorifying that is? That's just amazing. God bless 2 times or more. Now I know I just went all out of my way, but I just want to make sure that y'all take analysis on yourself because you can't be the smartest within yourself. You have to understand that you also need improvement. And if I was to say, "Oh, I don't need to improve in anything," I wouldn't even have goals. That's why also people, individuals who understand that they need help growing set goals. And everybody understands that they need help growing, but they just choose not to grow. So that's why I encourage y'all to do goals, because when you do goals, then you're able to learn. That's basically a self-analysis test, a self-personality test. You're testing yourself. Hey, what do I need to work on? And make sure you work on the things that you do not feel comfortable working on, because you have to work on the uncomfortable in order to make your life feel comfortable. Because if you're in your comfort zone with certain scenarios, it's gonna stay there and stay there and stay there. It's going to continue getting attacked. And for the smartest in the room, do not be the smartest in your group. If you're the smartest in your group, you need to find a different group. Once you outgrow that group, get a different group. If they choose to come along with you, let them come along with you. Once again, don't let anybody bring your self-esteem down, because you will go down. Once your self-esteem down, that your self-esteem is your internally. Then once you start to fail internally, then you fail externally. Then of course you're worth more than you value yourself. All right, now guys, let's pray. Heavenly Father, please allow them to see the worth, to see the value. Let them know that they have exponential value, and as long as they stick by your side, then I ask of you, Lord, to allow them to see how much they are worth. For they are worth no number, no digit, no comma. Their value is infinite, because they are your child. I ask that you do not allow the self-esteem to go down. Let anxiety be broken away. Let depression be broken away. Let PTSD be broken away. Anything mental, physical, emotional be broken away. Ask that you allow them to break away from any negative spirit, any devil, any witch, any sorcerer, any possessed, any evil dreams, any witchcraft, and whatever. Allow them to break away from that. For the enemy works strong, but you work stronger. You can never be defeated, Lord. And Lord, I ask that you guide them. I ask that you put everybody, including me, around others who will keep them accountable for their life, others who will help them achieve their goals, others who will put them in places that you will bless them forever. For you can open doors no man can close, and you can close doors or opportunities that no man can open. May your spirit guide us all, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Jesus' name pray. Amen. All right. I speak it onto your life. You deserve it. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to y'all later in the next video.